Hey, super dope. This episode was recorded last Friday, a day after the New York Comic Con announcement for Dragon Ball Daima. I am obviously very fired up in this episode, not because I don't like the premise of what it could be, can't judge a book by its cover and all that, but just because I'm very fed up with fan reaction and everyone like being overly crybaby-ish about it. So what I did was got drunk with three of my friends and basically talked for an hour and a half about how mad I was at them being mad. So this is an edited version of it. It is a little bit longer than a usual episode, but be forewarned, it's a lot of me just yelling about how much I hate people and how excited I am for a new Dragon Ball thing. So enjoy that. I appreciate you guys checking out the show. If you want the uncut version, it's almost 2 hours long, and you could have had it within an hour of it being recorded. So you can go sign up for the Patreon. Thank you to all the people who continue to support us month after month, even though the show is not so regular at the moment. But we will hopefully be getting back to it soon. But I hope you enjoy it. Okay. Good pre-show pep talk. Super dope. Welcome into Dragon Ball Super Dope. My name is Kyle. Thank you for checking this out. This is a very special episode, and I can say that with all sincerity for the first time in a long time. We are here today to talk about the recently announced new anime, Dragon Ball Daima. Okay, so there's a lot to dig into. Big announcement. People are mostly very upset. I'm not one of them for once, which is a cool change, but the gang is all here. Raysean from the Raysean Gats and Anime podcast. I've got GB from the NPC pod. First time back in a very long time. Welcome home, GB. And Hayden from Dokkan. Hello, everybody.
How you doing?
What's up, man?
Bro,
What the hell was that?
First fucking sound back on the podcast in 6 months, and he makes a goddamn Tyrannosaurus sound. Fucking pterodactyl ass motherfucker. Put up a peace sign as he did it. All right, listen.
I thought though something was breaking. What the fuck that was?
Yeah, like, insanity. That was buckwild. All right, so
oh my god.
Thank you guys for joining me for this one. It's a Friday night. Let's hope this doesn't go too long, but there is a lot of shit to dig into on this. So, about a month ago, we got a leaked rumor that there would be a new series called Dragon Ball Magic. It would feature Goku getting turned into a kid alongside of Supreme Kai, Kaioshin, blah, 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 blah. And we've all just kind of sat around for the last month and wondered, like, is this true? What's going to happen at at New York Comic-Con? So we get this announcement. It's not called Dragon Ball Magic. It's called Dragon Ball Daima. And we got the trailer. We've all seen the trailer in this conversation, correct? Right?
Yep.
Okay. So we're all familiar roughly with the concept. I imagine if you are somebody listening to this podcast, you probably have seen the trailer too. So today is not going to be about like breaking down a ton of specifics on the trailer. That could be a whole episode in of itself. We'll probably talk about some of it through osmosis and just, our thoughts on this thing. But what I did want to do before we do anything, Akira Toriyama released a statement that Akio Ioku read at Comic-Con. I want to read that Toriyama note, and then I want to get your guys' impression on the trailer and the series in general. So let me read that note for us first. It says, "Hello, I'm Akira Toriyama." I love that fucking start. "I'm currently working on a new Dragon Ball anime. The title is Dragon Ball Daima. Daima, in English, would be something like evil. Due to a conspiracy, Goku and his friends are turned small. In order to fix things, they'll head off to a new world. It's a grand adventure with intense action in an unknown and mysterious world. Once Goku has to make up for his petite size," this is a very bad translation, by the way. Since Goku has to make up for his petite size, he uses his Niobo power pole to fight, something not seen in a long time. I came up with the story and settings as well as a lot of the designs. I'm actually putting a lot more into this than usual. Things will unfold that close in on the mysteries of the Dragon Ball world. Hope you all enjoy these different from usual," hell of a translation, "different from usual battles that are cute and powerful." So we're getting the chibi version of all the Dragon Ball characters. They all get turned into kids. Instead of that plot leak of just Goku and Kaioshin, a weird character pairing, that leads me to believe the rumors led from a key visual stemming around those two. And they were like, oh my God, they're kids. It's just these two. No, it's the whole goddamn cast. Potentially the whole world. I don't know. That's the Toriyama comments. GB, you haven't been on the show in a while. Why don't we start with you? What do you think about the premise of Dragon Ball Daima, not Daimao, that's demon. And the trailer we saw yesterday. What are your thoughts, man?
So, of course, when the rumor came out to begin with, like a month ago, it was very odd. Like I was just like, okay, you know what, that sounds cool, but I'm pretty sure it's just like all the other rumors. It's not going to happen. It's not going to be a real thing. Then seeing the actual trailer, I was actually kind of impressed. I really like the art style. I really like the idea of how it's going to go. A lot of people were comparing it to GT. And if you want me to be honest, I fucking hate GT. I think everyone does. And if you don't,
slow your fucking roll, homie. GT is hands down the worst piece of Dragon Ball media ever made. However, it does have some strong points. Anybody who paints GT with a very broad brush like that, either it's all fucking garbage or it's all fucking awesome. Honestly, it tells me that they've never watched GT.
No, I've watched GT. I was just gonna say that for me it sucked. Besides just Super Saiyan 4 and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, that's just my opinion on that. But I feel like it's gonna be good because of not only is it just Akira Toriyama behind it, which we've all seen how Toyotaro has done, and not saying he's not doing a good job, but he's not doing the best job. But I think it should be interesting. I know that there's going to be a lot of people who probably like it, and honestly, for me, it's a 50-50. I feel like that there's going to be some type of catch near the fall 2024 deadline. I feel like there's going to be something where they're like, oh yeah, it's like 5-minute episodes or something like that, because this sounds way too good to be true, and I'm very skeptical. I'm putting on my Kyle. I'm on my Kyle shit today, so.
Oh, wow. You're going to be very surprised by my thoughts about this. Okay. Interesting. GB, welcome home. Hayden, what do you got, man?
One, GT is great. I'm one of those lovers of GT.
No, GT is not great. There's great parts of it. Most of it is fucking garbage.
I prefer
30 to 40% of it is fucking garbage. It's just straight up. There's no other way to say it. The first 16, 17 episodes of GT the first two are okay. Episode 17, 18 is when the baby shit really starts to kick off. That middle shit, dog, is some of the most unwatchable Dragon Ball in all of human fucking history. Anyway, I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
I like GT. That's my statement.
You're wrong.
We're allowed wrong opinions, Kyle. But I'm honestly genuinely excited for Dragon Ball Daima. Whenever I saw the Dragon Ball Magic leak, I saw a web series thing on it, so I thought it wasn't going to be any sort of like official thing. It was going to be like a Toyotaro, not made by Toriyama. He's just kind of watching from the background, seeing if Toriyama's getting old, so I figured maybe trying to pass on torch theoretically was my initial thought. Knowing that he has more to do with Daima gets me more excited because Dragon Ball actually has some good plot points to it. Even if it is reminiscent of GT, I think it's going to go better. And the animation, like GB said, looks great. It reminds me of the Broly and superhero animation, like blended together, which is actually really clean. And I'm excited for it. The idea of the bringing them down, bringing them the kids, kind of makes me very skeptical of it, just because I don't know how they're actually going to handle it. Like, I'm using the GT in this. When Goku de-aged, he couldn't use his full power, so I'm kind of curious on how it's going to be handled in that situation on that. That's my big thing with that but I'm excited for Daima, genuinely.
Yeah, I am too. You guys are all at least like half a decade younger than I am in most cases. Hayden, you're like well over a decade younger than me. I can tell just by some of these responses, y'all motherfuckers haven't fucked with Muppet Babies. No?
I know Muppet Babies.
They have a new version of that.
They have a what version of that?
They have a new version. It came out like a year or so ago, Muppet Babies.
Oh, I did not realize. See, I'm so old that I just don't keep up with all the new cartoons, but you're still young enough to keep me informed. This is great. I think it does have some Muppet Baby vibes. I think of this more as Muppet Babies Dragon Ball than I do GT 2.0. And GT 2.0 is the thing that I've seen 8,000 times in the last 36 hours.
I saw it was a meme of the all the faces on the Muppet Babies poster.
It's awesome.
It's just Dragon Ball Babies. I'll see if I can find it.
I saw one kind of like that, but it's like Dragon Ball Rugrats coming fall 2024, and it was like the whole Rugrats intro, and it had like Tommy is with Goku hair, and
Yeah.
there was like a doll with Vegeta hair, and I was so
DBZ
mad.
Nugget or some shit. I can't remember who it is. He does a ton of very fun CG. He does there's a lot of really good perfect cell parodies. I don't know what he does to like make the voices or whatever, if they're AI or if he's a voice actor himself, but I did see exactly that video you're talking about. It's funny as hell. And he had that shit out quick, dude. He had that shit out within like 4 hours of the announcement. It was very impressive.
You got to be fast with it.
It's true. That's why I fucking fail in this world, because I'm like, I'm kind of stoned. I'll take a nap. Raysean, what do you think about Dragon Ball Daima?
Well, not really a big fan of it. I guess I'm gonna have to wait until it actually comes out and see it, but I'm not really a big fan of the idea. I just feel like it seems like they're just trying to cater to a whole new fan base by bringing them down to kids, which is not bad. I guess they want to make more money, but I feel like you're just ignoring a whole other audience that wanted Dragon Ball Super 2, or even wanted Dragon Ball Super to look anywhere like this new anime is going to look. Like, it's just kind of crazy to me, but I can't wait to see some more new Dragon Ball content. I watch all Dragon Ball, so I can't wait for it to come out, but I'm not excited because there's so much stuff in the Super and the manga that I wanted to see be animated, and I kind of wanted them to speak on why they went this route versus that route. Is it because they feel like they don't like the Totoro's story, or they wanted more of Toriyama? I don't like the note either. Like, okay, this is from Toriyama in the first sentence. Like, okay, that still can be bullshit. Sometimes I feel like they just slap that on Dragon Ball just to make people watch it, because I feel like that's their calling card. Like, Akira Toriyama loves this. He wrote this. Like,
that's
did
their,
he
that's
really?
their money, buddy.
Like,
Honestly, we talked about that pretty recently, Ray. I can't remember what context or what episode it was, but we talked about exactly that thing. It's like, sometimes I feel like they just say Akira Toriyama is super involved, and because of that, it's canon. And because it's canon, you got to watch it because it means it factors into the real story. And it does feel like a company line at this point. Every time they roll out a new Dragon Ball something in the last decade, it's like, hey, he's never been more involved ever. This is real. It is. It's like just to sell it, dude. I agree with you a little bit.
I mean, that's basically what. But then it makes you think, like, so what did he do different from this one? Because y'all say he just colored in the costumes for the last one. So did he like create actually? But I don't know. I just think this is just a whole cater to a whole new fan base and kind of bring them to the story. Because if this is canon, where the fuck is this at? I'm at the point where you're gonna have to tell me where in the storyline this is happening. I guess they are saying this is a new world, so I guess, are we going to a different universe? Are y'all introducing something different now? Like, they might as well just say this is something different, because it's getting too polluted in my mindset.
You're absolutely right to feel that way, dude, because it is super fucking convoluted. Here's what I'm gonna do. You guys, I think we all have a very interesting not like difference of opinions. We're all kind of on the same page, but we're all kind of leaning separate ways, right? So I'm gonna go off of some of the things that Raysean just said just now, because A, they're fresh in my brain, and B, I think maybe Raysean's the person I feels like the least excited about it of the four of us, right? So the first thing, in terms of when it's supposed to take place, good question, dude. You have some good indicators in the trailer of when it might take place, or when it might supposed to be in terms of the timeline.
I like the Beerus movie.
It's it seems to be before Battle of Gods, post the end of Majin Buu, obviously before. Like, this is what it's kind of fucking funny to me. I do feel like Toriyama trolls us a little bit in so many different ways, and this is an instance of it. Dragon Ball Super has been existing in that gap between the end of Buu and the end of Dragon Ball Z, and how long can they stretch it out until we finally get to the next part of the fucking continuing the timeline on? This is meant to fill the gap between the end of the Boo fight and the beginning of Dragon Ball Super. So this is a gap filler to fill a gap filler that we didn't even realize fucking existed in the first place 10 plus years ago. That to me is really fucking funny, but it is probably also a business decision to, like, I don't know, put dude in a situation where he can write comfortably without having to worry about affecting previous or post stuff in the timeline. I say that very specifically because I think it's interesting that Ian Sinclair, the voice actor for Whis, was the co-presenter along with friend of the show, Monica Rial, at Comic-Con on Thursday. Whis asks a question. The actor, Ian Sinclair, asks a question of Akio Ioku during that panel. And he's like, hey, does Whis appear? And obviously making the joke of, like, I want to dub this and I want to have voiceover work. That's the intended joke. And Ioku's like, I really can't confirm anything about if Whis appears. There are no visible shots of Beerus throughout the entire trailer. There is a shot, though. It's a close-in shot of somebody's eye, and I'm about 75% sure that that person's eye is Whis. So I think that in terms of time frame, it takes place between the end of Boo, beginning of Super. This whole little, we get turned into kids, and then we have to get ourselves turned back into adults. Like, that's like a pretty finite story. At the end of that, which indicates that it's going to be a short run anime. I think it'll be full episodes. I think it'll be, some rumors have said 15 episodes. I could see it going for a year, especially if it's popular. Why not? But at the end of that story, they turn back into adults. And if Whis is in any way involved in this, the whole way you can explain away it's canon, but it doesn't factor into Dragon Ball Super, is Whis just, like, rewinds everything, makes it so nobody remembers that this happened, and then Battle of Gods can continue on. And the next time you watch Battle of Gods after this series comes out, and Whis has given Beerus all this information about, like, where a potential Saiyan could be and what a Super Saiyan God might be, you'll have in the back of your brain that Whis obviously fucking knows, because he already did this Dragon Ball Daima shit and then erased the fucking timeline or wiped everybody's memory or whatever it is. I genuinely think that is how the series will wrap, is with Whis somehow erasing it all so that way it can be quote unquote canon, but it does not factor into the latter part of the timeline, doesn't affect any of that shit. Whis is basically playing dumb at the beginning of Battle of Gods, which kind of factors in or, like, checks out with how his character is in that movie. Like, you don't go into Battle of Gods thinking Whis is the ultimate power over Beerus. That's the surprise at the end of the film. So for that kind of behavior to just, like, forget, oh, I forgot about meeting whatever, or just choosing not to disclose it, factors into that kind of behavior. So anyway, that's a long fucking winded way to say, uno, I think it's going to be between the end of Boo and the beginning of Super. 2, I do think it's going to be a short run anime just to commemorate the 40th anniversary of the original release of the Dragon Ball manga. And I think it keeps in the spirit of the Dragon Ball manga in that this is obviously not going to be a very serious story, right? Probably nothing of crazy consequence, but it does give us the opportunity to not only see Kid Goku again, but kid versions of everyone else. And it's part of the plot, and that's fun. That's a nice, fun way on a limited basis to celebrate the 40th anniversary of this property. And then lastly, I think from the perspective of a lot, like Raysean said, I guess there's 3 things. The last day and a half, it's GT 2.0. Nobody asked for this. And then the last part is, I wanted to see Moro and Granola animated. And it's like, yeah, dude, we all fucking did. We all want Super to come back as a weekly series and have it go for the next 5 fucking years so we have something to watch every Saturday night. And I can make a podcast about it. And we can all get together and talk like it's fucking church on Sundays. Like, that is the ultimate goddamn goal. Unfortunately, that is not what we were given. But we were given a fairly new concept, fresh kind of concept, except unless you tie it back to GT, which, by the way, I hate that fucking comparison. I just want to draw. This is not a GT 2.0. This is a Dragon Ball Muppet Babies. If you think it's GT 2.0, again, you're somebody who did not watch Dragon Ball T, heard about GT, heard about it in the memes group, and now you formed your opinion based off other people's opinion. Go watch GT. I promise you, this show is not going to be like GT, except other than everybody gets turned into kids. That's where GT just one person does. All right. I just monologued for so goddamn long. Do you guys have any follow-up thoughts on anything I just said or anything that you thought of while I was talking, or what?
Yeah, I definitely do. Something I really actually did appreciate, even though it's a minute thing, one thing I really did appreciate was the coloring of Goku. If you look at his gi, it's actually, I think it's supposed to be the manga color instead of like how they've changed the color of like
Tough to say,
the series.
bro. I do know
Yeah.
exactly what you mean though, because in the manga
Right.
coloring, when they do, it's a more of a goldish
Right,
instead
exactly.
of bright orange like the anime.
Yeah, and
think it's
I
somewhere
do
in the
like
middle.
that. Yeah, and I mean, I will say this: the people who have said it's a like basically like GT. I'm not, again, when I said GT, I'm not trying to say like, oh, it's going to be just like GT. Not at all. I'm just saying in the fact of like, oh, well, I'm hoping it's not like GT in the sense of how there are some cool aspects, but then the anime, you're just like, why did I even spend my time like watching that, you know? And here's the thing. We're all in a Dragon Ball drought. We are, like, whether it's the games, whatever. I mean, let's be honest. The side note, look at Dragon Ball Breakers. Look how that did. Anyways.
What a fucking flop, dude.
Like,
what a flop.
It had all the potential and it failed. And I spent $30 on that. And even spending $30, which I think was like maybe $20 less than what it was, I still regret it.
Yeah. You know, in terms of Comic-Con announcements for Dragon Ball yesterday, obviously this was the big news, but they started with, by the way, Comic-Con, massive fucking L, dude. If you were watching the live stream yesterday, that was like officially hosted by them and sponsored by some company, any videos they showed on the screen at Comic-Con were blacked out. They would go to a screen that was like, this motion picture, blah, 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 is the intellectual property of blah. The panel will return in a moment. And I'm like,
that made no sense.
What the fuck do you think that I'm here for? I'm here to see the videos on the screen, not watch Monica Rial's beautiful face talk for fucking 45 minutes. That's for goddamn sure. I've seen that enough. I talked to her on a podcast for 2 hours once. We got along great. Go listen to that episode. There's a link in the show notes. My point is, the only way we saw that shit, though, I hate to call this kid out. I don't even know if I want to use his real name. Should I? What do you think? I should give him props. I should give him props. Virgil. That's his name, Virgil. Much more successful YouTuber than I will ever be, which, you know, good for you. You seem like you try really hard. He happened to be in the room at Comic-Con during the panel and live streamed it, right? Whole fucking panel, this kid. He is just, you know, phone up in front of his face. He's switching back and forth between like the stage view and then his own face and like talking shit in the comments to people, being like, you're cringe. Your mother's cringe. Your mother cringed when I fucked her last night. Shut the fuck up. Sub up. Let's hit 100K. Let's hit 100K. The whole time. And I'm just like, dude, you're the only live stream in the room that can show us the videos on screen. So I'll deal with this. It's fine. I don't care. When the Dragon Ball Magic or Dragon Ball Daima, see, geeked them in the fucking DBS Chronicles. They got me too. When Dragon Ball Daima's trailer came up, right before they aired it, Monica Rial goes, just so you guys are all aware in the room, we're not broadcasting this video out to the live stream. It's only for people in the room. And Toei Animation will upload the trailer to their YouTube channel very soon. And when she says that, he fucking has like a mini panic attack for like 30 seconds. He's like, oh no, am I not allowed to stream this? And it's like, yeah, no shit, idiot. Probably not. He's like, all of a sudden he starts questioning his morality and shit. And he's like, oh, well, I guess I can't stream this video, but, and then he like put it back on his face. He's like, you could just watch me react to the video. And there's like 10,000 people watching this fucking kid stream in just his YouTube channel. Never mind that Carthu Dojo, Danny Geekdom, and probably several other channels all picked up this kid's stream to rebroadcast. There's probably 40 to 50 fucking thousand people watching this kid's stream. And at the end of it, after he shows off all the videos while he's sitting in the room talking shit, being obnoxious, he decides, I can't show this video because I might lose my YouTube channel. And it was the most annoying fucking 30 seconds of my life. And then he decided, fuck it, I'm just going to show it. And then basically showed the whole thing. But then proceeded to yell over all of it. And just yelled, nobody asked for this. Nobody asked for this. We didn't want this. We didn't want this. For 3.5 minutes. It's a 3.5 minute trailer, dude. It was the longest 3.5 minutes of my life. So I'm like sitting there squinting at this shitty shot of this trailer while this kid's yelling. So I do want to give him props for streaming it, but also, hey, Virgil, shut the fuck up when grown folks is talking. Let the fucking trailer play. We don't care what you think. Literally nobody cares what you think. This is the one and only time you'll have 10,000 live viewers on YouTube. And it's because you happen to be in the room. Be appreciative, get the subs. Shut the fuck up, Virgil. I'm sorry. I had to get that off my chest. You guys basically just turned into my therapist for 10 minutes.
That's fair. Honestly, like what I was just trying to say though was this whole thing, like basically what I'm saying is just for Dragon Ball Daima, I guess that's how you pronounce it. However you pronounce it, we'll get used to it. It's not what we expected, but it's what we're getting. And what we have to realize is we have to just take it full face value. Because here's the thing, whether it's canon or not, Akira's going to laugh and just be like, maybe, I don't know. Like do that little cutesy ooh-woo type shit. And you know what? That's fine. If he says it's not canon, I'm okay with that. Because you know why? We got Dragon Ball. And if it is canon, guess what? Dragon Ball. But you know what that means? After Daima, I bet I'm putting my whole thing on it because I literally said, like a month ago, and I think Kyle knows exactly what I'm saying when I say this, that I said I don't believe Dragon Ball Super will ever come back. Now, granted, this is not Dragon Ball Super. This is Dragon Ball Daima, but same shit, different toilet. But I believe that after Dragon Ball Daima, we may get some news about Dragon Ball Super, and that's just me like thinking maybe this can happen, my prediction. That's all I have to say about it.
Yeah, I don't know. Me and GB just said a lot. Hayden, Raysean, you guys got anything?
I wanted to point out, just because I've been having the trailer on, I don't think I'm going to say I don't think it's canon, or if it is, it's going to take place later, not between Battle of Gods and Buu Saga. Watching it again, I saw where you're thinking of, or at least I'm going to take an assumption of where you got it. That little bit where you have the two people just floating, watching the battle, the Buu Saga stuff. That's where I'm assuming that came from.
The Whis part of it? Is that what you mean?
No, you had said you think it's going to take place in between Buu Saga and Battle of Gods, like it's just a filler for that.
I mean, you can draw that inference from the fact that there's no Beerus anywhere in the trailer. Beerus is the most popular fucking Dragon Ball anything character that they've made since the 90s. Like, Beerus is a genuinely popular character. No sign of him in there, I think, is really what it is. But there is sign of Majin Buu, who, by the way, is not aged down to a child, but he is present with Babidi. So, interestingly, Babidi, the demon realm, some magic is going to factor into this, although it does seem that they use Shenron to maybe make this wish to turn everybody into children. But that's kind of what I'm going off of. No Beerus, Majin Buu, and Babidi are very much there.
Yeah, I saw that. Like, at the beginning of it all, like, all those two are just floating. You see scenes of the Buu Saga, Majin Vegeta, Buu, and all that is another thing. But main point I'm going is the Supreme Kai. He's not the Kibito Kai. You have Supreme Kai with Kibito split apart from each other.
Excellent observation, Hayden. All right, this is something I've seen discussed.
The Dragon Ball. It's just the main cast, because there's a scene in here where Bulma and what's her name? Goku's wife, bad wife, are sitting there doing all this.
What do you mean? What's Goku's wife's name? Should I kick you the fuck out of here right now?
I forgot her name. But behind them, you see people grown up. So I think it's just a Dragon Ball cast. I don't know if you guys had seen that about 2 minutes and 20 seconds in.
I mean, there is very heavy OGDB cast in there. You see young Ox King, young Krillin, young Yamcha, young Krillin, young Satan, young Mr. Hercule Satan. Like, the only person you don't see de-aged in that whole thing is Boo, obviously, like I mentioned, but there is virtually no sign of Gohan in this entire trailer. They have a baby Goten in Trunks. There is no sign of Gohan in Videl. It looks like it's a similar setup to Battle of Gods, man. Like the beginning of Battle of Gods, like they get together for fucking Bulma's birthday party or some shit. It looks like they're all gathered for some kind of like something. Like you see Piccolo sitting by like a wine bottle at a table with like all this food on it and stuff like that. Looking nervous because like now we're all kids. What's happening? I think it could be a similar setup to the Battle of the Gods. I'm not going to say it's Bulma's birthday, but maybe it's somebody's birthday. They have some reason to all get together. Maybe Vegeta and Goku get bored with the party. They're out fighting in the fucking ocean like they did in the anime adaptation off the cruise ship. And then boom, we're all little kids again. Wow! What a way to cut off of Goku and Vegeta round fucking 4 is have them turn into kids in the middle of it. That's what I feel like is happening. Raysean, you're awfully quiet over there. I miss you so much. How are you doing, my best friend in the world?
I'm doing all right. I'm just sitting here listening to your guys' opinions.
It's riveting,
Didn't want to interrupt. Didn't want to interrupt anybody. I have a few opinions or stuff I wanted to say. One thing I do like from the initial, not trailer, but the first time we heard about it and we thought it was just going to be Goku and the Supreme Kai. I'm glad they scrapped that idea, or that wasn't really the idea, because I almost like we were going to have to get a whole different Supreme Kai to really match with Goku for that to be like entertaining, because I don't think that the Supreme Kai we seen in Dragon Ball would be like the best matchup with him. So I'm glad they brought in the whole cast. It seemed like they just took like their older versions and just made them like younger. So I thought this was in a more and super like a little higher up than a little bit, but that's just I don't know. I don't even think it's really a purpose of even trying to point where it's at, because at the end of the day, it's either gonna be wished away at the end or connected through some bullshit. But I really like the animation, the way they went. In my opinion, I feel like Super was the plan. Probably something happened and messed it up, and they were like, we need to get something out. Like, we need to do something, and this probably was the fastest thing to do. That's what I'm hoping, and I'm trying to kind of go with what GB was saying. Like, we're gonna get this, and hopefully after this, we're gonna get something super related, or at least turn these arcs into some movies or something. Because I really want to see that. It also makes me wonder what they're gonna do with the whole like super manga. Are they gonna keep going, or are they gonna turn this whole new anime into a manga too, so it'll be following something or something? That would be interesting, because if not, it's just going to be like written. I wonder who's going to be like writing the scripts, because I know Toriyama's not doing that. I don't care what they tell me, Toriyama is not writing them scripts every fucking week.
Raysean's not buying the company line anymore.
I just don't believe that. I'll probably say I'm around like a 6. I feel like it could probably be an 8 or 9 if the first few episodes are like bomb, get you that whole Dragon Ball feel. Because me and Kyle, we just recently reviewed all the arcs, and we agreed Dragon Ball, the original classic Dragon Ball, is amazing.
Yeah, and getting back to what we just recently reviewed, though, we just did the Tien arc. The dude who oversaw the main animation in the Tien and Goku arc in the 22nd tournament, he's like the lead like production designer or whatever the fuck the proper term is on this show. And I think it kind of ties back to exactly what we're talking about. They're trying to capture the essence or some of the essence or the energy of what that OGDB is, right? That's a good point.
Yeah, and mainly that was really just being fun and actually having some real good karate martial art moments that actually you'd be like, okay, that might actually be a real karate move. Some of it's bullshit. You'd be like, ain't no electric finger surprise out here, but some of the shit is actually pretty.
The Mafuba isn't real.
But then this also gives us a chance to see some other characters get some shine and highlight, because now as kids you can kind of put them all on the same type power level, because I think there would be some restrictions, like they can't access all their powers. So I would love to see some of the old cast. I like seeing that Bulma is still with the cast, because I think Bulma's probably one of the best like funny character, like relief characters they have, and some um Master Roshi. I want Beerus to be in there because I do like Beerus, but I think it's hard to put Beerus in there because then you have to make the realization: are we going to allow the Shenron's magic to affect Beerus when we just had Shenron scared of Beerus? So like it's just like it's one of those things where it's like, what are we gonna do? We might have to get us something even more powerful to actually make this wish or some shit.
I mean,
But
if it isn't one of those gaps, man, it's the easiest explanation. Where is Beerus? Why isn't he? He's asleep. He's been asleep for 30
that's most
fucking-
like that. They do
Yeah.
that with Majin Buu, where it seemed like they just. I just think sometimes Toriyama just forget people, and they be like, yeah, they sleeping.
I don't think he. I think he genuinely forgot lunch, whatever you call it. I think sometimes he's like, yeah, why aren't they there? They're asleep. And like he says it in a way where it's like, it's because I'm trying to write a story that I have in my head, and I don't care much about the canon as you guys do. So yeah, they're asleep. What are you gonna do? Tell me it's wrong? I made this shit. I feel like that's kind of his attitude when approaching some of these more outside the box Dragon
And
Ball
that's
stories.
the type of attitude I would have on my creation. You know what I mean? You're not going to tell me what the fuck is going on in my world. Like anytime people come out with those like YouTube videos trying to explain, oh, this is what Toriyama was thinking, I would actually type in the comments like, bitch, you don't know me. This is what the fuck I was thinking, and come up with some other bullshit just to piss them off. But that's just me.
Feel it. So before we go on to the next comments, because literally the next piece of this show is going to be comments, I just want to respond to a few things that Hayden and Raysean just said. In terms of what Hayden said about the Supreme Kai getting defused, Kibito and Supreme Kai, it's real easy. They already showed it to us. In the trailer, you see the two of them like looking at each other all crazy, like, buh? You know what I mean? It's a still shot. If I do a video of it, which I won't, the picture of this will be over this fucking audio. They get diffused. This wish turns everybody into kids. They get diffused, and then when the wish gets undone, they get refused. That's all it is. The how long is this show? Does it take precedent over Dragon Ball Super? Raysean kind of made this point. Obviously, we all want to see Dragon Ball Super. I hate saying the fucking term season 2 because it's not a season. When you make 131 episodes of a show, that's not the first season, you fucking troglodytes. Anyway, Dragon Ball Super being like on the back burner. This is what's interesting to me about Dragon Ball. And I don't think a lot of people are really considering this. The average layman Dragon Ball fan is not fucking considering this at all. You guys, maybe, because I might have talked about it to you once. Akio Aoku, he is the producer who's been with the Dragon Ball Room for most of the last 30 years at Shueisha. He broke off and made his own company in August of this year, and it's called Capsule Corp Tokyo. And everyone was like, holy shit, hope you don't get sued. What are you doing this for? And he came out with a statement, the company did, that basically said, hey, Shueisha, Toei, we want the rights to animate Dragon Ball animes whenever they do come back. That was kind of the end of the story. Everyone thought dude was really ballsy. So when they announced him as a guest at Comic-Con for this year, it wasn't surprising to laymen again, because this is the dude who's been the representative for Toei and Toriyama for most of the last 10 years. Every big Dragon Ball panel over the last half decade, he's been the dude who's been the representative. So when he came out, everyone was like, yeah, it's whatever. Probably not realizing he owns a fucking company called Capsule Corp Tokyo, and he's lobbying for the animation rights for Dragon Ball. So here's what I think. This is just my own little conspiracy theory. I want to get it out there. I think this dude knew this was going to happen. They were going to do this little spin-off web anime. And when I say web anime, it's going to be streaming exclusively. It's going to be likely on Crunchyroll. Hopefully internationally. This is going to be the first Dragon Ball anime that does not premiere broadcast on Fuji TV. That's kind of notable. The fact that he broke off in August, said he had those intentions to want to animate a Dragon Ball series, and now they're getting what is hopefully, presumably a short run Dragon Ball series, a commemorative 40th anniversary thing in Dragon Ball Magic. Not a fucking story of consequence, but still fun to see. I think it's interesting he's the dude who showed up, because that means his company's working on this. And maybe, just fucking maybe, Toei Animation is in the background starting to get their shit together for Dragon Ball Super. So that way, when this thing ends, let's say, I don't know, it did bum me out. When I got to the end of that presentation the other day, they're like, Dragon Ball Daima, fall of 2024. And I was standing in my kitchen. I had the fucking things, and I had my headphones in, and I literally screamed out loud, you guys, fall of 2024, that's a fucking year away. Like, what am I going to do for a fucking year with this goddamn stupid fucking show I decided to make 6 years ago? What am I going to do? But then I kind of thought about it a little bit more, and I'm like, well, hopefully that means when this thing wraps up, they'll be ready to take that hype and roll it into a Dragon Ball Super. And by that, I mean, I don't think Dragon Ball Super will ever be like a streaming exclusive anime. It will still continue to air on Japan television, Fuji TV. What they've been wanting to do since the end of the Tournament of Power is figure out a way to make all that Goku Jiren broke the internet fucking traffic. They've been trying to figure out a way to make it properly work for them. What better way to get us to tune in to a Toei exclusive product or a Toei exclusive service, like a Crunchyroll or wherever the conduit is? What better way to get them to tune in for new Dragon Ball Super episodes every Saturday, Sunday, whatever it is, than to give us a web exclusive anime on their own platform for a year to train us before they relaunch the series? And then they have the most successful fucking streaming service in the goddamn world, because all of us fucking 400 million fucking weebs in the world who obsess about Dragon Ball continent to continent, because we're tuning in and trying to grab their shit each week when it first drops, because we need to see the next adventure of Goku. That's Aikyo Aoku conspiracy. All right, streaming service. It went very far. And then lastly, Raysean mentioned some shit about power. Oh, I'm sorry, Hayden. Go ahead. You raised your finger as if you had a point.
I've been watching it the whole time. I don't think the eye you saw was Whis. I think it's another Kai.
Try that shit again. Say it less with a southern accent. What?
I think that who the eyeball you saw was not Whis, because I think it's another Kai, like another like Supreme Kaioshin.
Could be, or it could be another unknown character at this point, but it does look very much like Whis.
I was looking at, like, if it's near the end of it, the one with the eyelashes and stuff. Reason I saw different eyelash, it matches Supreme Kai's. I'm watching it. That's how detailed it is. Different
the
skin
color around the eyeball, does that match to Whis though? It's like a light purple.
Whis is just. I'm looking at a picture right now. Let me pull up a little closer. God, not the wiki. Not the wiki. I don't care about Frost
not
demons.
Dragon Ball Wiki. That's where the fucking demons live. That's where these trolls. This is a little bit. Raysean is fucking going to be so mad at me at the end of this episode. This is a little bit longer than I've expected it to go. We do have some more comments and your opinions to read on what y'all think about Dragon Ball. But lastly, I just want to make one quick point about power levels, because Raysean said maybe it's a good way to kind of reset everybody. Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's very intentional. I think that's why they give Goku back the Noibo. I can't ever say it properly in Japanese. I say Niobo, but I think it's Noibo. And I don't like saying Noibo because I think it's kind of annoying. But I do think it's a way to kind of level set everybody. But ultimately, you know what the cast is going to be, right? Goku, maybe Vegeta, hopefully. And then it's probably going to be a Supreme Kai story, because he's going to be the guy to guide him through the demon realm and all that shit. Anyway, I'm excited. If I give a Raysean level, like a numerical level of excitement, because that's what he did. Raysean gave it a 6 out of 10. I try not to do that, but when Raysean's around, I can't help myself but to do it. I'm excited at like a 8.5. I'm anxious to get something new. I love Kid Goku more than any other version of Goku. And I value the comedy in Dragon Ball more than I do the big, strong muscle men make fucking blood happen, which is such a fucking common complaint I've seen. Whenever you announce Muppet Baby Dragon Ball, just like sit and wait. It's like a glue trap for fucking rats, except the rats in this case are dudes who just love to see blood and gore and violence. Like, that's all I've seen for the Dragon Ball fans fucking suck, dude. All right. Anyway, thank you for entertaining all of my rants during that whole thing. Any final thoughts before we move on to our listener comments?
I want an episode with Goku and Mr. Satan. That's all I want.
What are they going to do? Like, go on a picnic? I hope they go on a picnic.
I don't know. I hope Mr. Satan gets an actual revitalized thing where it's like he actually does something that's more useful than he's been like the past couple of years.
I mean, Mr. Satan is always low-key useful. We are just so unappreciative because it's not useful in the sake of
you
like,
have a point
and power levels.
Yeah,
like he talked the fucking world into killing Majin Buu with the spirit bomb. He gave Goku
and he
all
also
that money.
Yeah,
He too. Also pays for Gohan's fucking purple fucking borderline mansion castle house. Mr. Satan's kind of an OG. People wait on Mr. Satan again. Like I said about GT before, it's because you don't watch close enough. Do not know what's going on.
I would like just more of him fighting. Like it'd be like even just something set very satirical, you know, where it's like maybe Goku and Vegeta are about to fight something, and Hercule's like, "No, I got this," and then I don't know, just that would make my day. Wait, does that mean we get Farmer with Shotgun back again?
Like he gets de-aged as well. Is that what you mean?
Like he comes back to life, de-age or whatever.
That is a deep, not like a deep cut, because we all have the meme of fucking Dragon Ball, you know, Farmer with the Shotgun. But that is like a deep cut bet that you're making right now. That at some point in Dragon Ball Daima, we will see a de-aged Farmer with a Shotgun. That would be funny as fuck.
If I see that, I'm taking screenshots. I'm posting it everywhere.
And he's just standing there with his little hay rake, fucking standing next to the same 1980s Toyota.
If they throw him in there, the timeline is done. I completely give up. I will not even think about it no more. I don't care. In my mind, he should be dead, but they might say he got sand cells or some shit. You'd be like, oh my goodness.
He smoked and probably drank a bunch. So it
planting the good herb around there.
Maybe. I don't know. You think he smokes weed? You think Farmer with the shotgun smokes weed?
He probably got to. You out here just living in the woods. You got dinosaurs and shit all around you and shit.
Yeah.
How you think he owned that Toyota?
That's a good point, Ray. I'd be growing weed too if I had dinosaurs running outside my front door.
Did I just see what I just saw? Let me go ahead and go.
Was that a T-Rex?
Oh no, they ate my sash.
I do want to run through. That was a long fucking first half of the show. I meant it to be like 10 minutes, and then we just went for almost a fucking hour. I do want to read a few of the comments of people who responded to our Instagram post at DB Superdope. If you don't follow us, go follow us. But I did want to read some of the comments that people submitted about generally just like their initial thoughts on what this might mean. From David, the future MD, aka David Cheers, aka longtime supporter of the show on Patreon. Honestly, I wanted to see the manga animated after the TOP, but I'll settle for any scraps Toriyama gives us. Eddie Kane just sent me an emoji with like the sunglasses on him, and then an OK symbol and 3 fire symbols, which I think means it's good. General Blue, which I think is Brad, that me and Raysean did an episode with on the 23rd Budokai on Raysean's feed the other day. Go check out the 23rd Budokai episode for Raysean's episode, Raysean's podcast. General Blue said, Kid Roshi is the GOAT. LOL. I do like his design. Isaac 064. I gotta be real, Isaac 064. I don't recognize your handle, but what I will say is you responded to my fucking prompt in an Instagram story, so you're a real one. But then you said this, GT round 2. Can't disagree more, but I do understand the sentiment, I guess. Electrocute. Not electrocute, but electrocute. I with it, but wait, let me try again. I with it, with Super was back, but whatevs, we're gonna watch it. I think I mostly know what he means, but he's right. We are gonna watch it anyway because it's full ass episodes. This ain't the same shit as a Super Dragon Ball Hero. Ain't the same shit as that. Those fucking 8-minute garbage episodes. This is gonna be a full narrative, presumably, right? Oh, you know who wrote this fucking comment? GBXSIII, aka GB, the dude who is on this podcast with us right now.
That's me. Hello.
Hello, GB. Happy to have you home, buddy. Confused in a good and bad way. Do you want to expound on that comment or?
Just because, like I said, we don't know. We really have no idea much about this. Like, again, it just says like Kira Toriyama's behind it, but we don't know like how long these episodes are going to be. We don't know, like, we know some of we know like very little of the narrative, but we don't know anything else about it. And then also, it just brings a lot of questions. Like, for example, is Grandpa Gohan back? Are like the
Grandpa
enemies
Gohan's dead? What do you mean he's back?
Well, if Babbidi's back.
No. GB, no.
You never know. You never know.
You're misremembering things.
I'm not making shit up. I have serious questions.
That would be cool.
I have a lot of
would
questions.
Be cool.
I would love for Grandpa Gohan to come back more than anything in the world, but the fact that maybe he factors into this plot, dude, you're wild.
But then also the other thing too, it's not saying for plot, it's just more so like he's back for like an episode and does something cool and it's a heartfelt moment. But are like Cell or like Frieza, for example, is Frieza reverted back to a kid?
They also are in hell and dead. What is... Dude, are you just like throwing wild shit out there to be like, in case this happens, I've covered my bases?
I have to put out wild shit. I get you them likes.
You don't get
Kami's coming back. That's the big thing. There's an Namekian, old Namekian. Kami's coming back.
Hey, bro. Honestly, imagine that. I just said that shit about Kaioshin and Kibito defusing due to the de-aging. Imagine if Piccolo gets de-aged and Kami pops the fuck out.
And Nail.
God, oh my God, how
to come back
would that be, though? And then three of
Why
them
are we
just
like getting
Who
high
would
school,
Piccolo
bro?
turn back to?
Piccolo. He'd look
Oh.
exactly like he looked like before he showed up on Namek. You'd just still be Piccolo.
Nail's best Namekian. Nail's the best
Bro,
Namekian.
that is the best fucking random gamble out there shot that any of us have shot on this show in at least 2 or 3 years. That would be fun. I don't think they'll do it, but it'd be sick if they did.
You know, something just really random. We really sounded... This is how you know we love Dragon Ball. Like, we legit... Like, Kyle was like, oh my God! Like,
dude, yeah, you all aren't seeing the video, but I literally did one of these with my fist shaking by my head. It's like, this is the greatest idea I've ever heard in my life. Let's write the script right now.
We're like giddy high school students.
Dude, I fucking love Dragon Ball. It is literally my favorite fucking thing on earth. It's not the reason I get out of bed every day anymore like it was in the early days of Super Dope, but I will let you all know it is 100% a very important thing for me, in case you couldn't tell about the fucking 300 plus episodes of this goddamn podcast. Chris Brackey. Chris, my friend, I love you, buddy. Interesting. Genuinely wasn't expecting it after the 2019 fumble, but I'm glad that it's not DVS. So by the 2019 fumble, he means when a bunch of content creators confirmed a leak, like Super's coming back and this is gonna happen. It turns out not right. That's what Chris is referencing, but I'm excited. I'm with him though. I'm excited to see something we have not seen before. I want new Dragon Ball shit so fucking badly. My favorite thing about Dragon Ball is not the big, strong, muscled man fights. It is the different character interactions that you get the fucking opportunity to see over the course of the years. And this, especially when everybody's like set back to like square one, where they presumably can't transform into Super Saiyans and Goku's got to use his fucking power pole and familiar characters in new situations. That's what makes an interesting story to me. So I am so fucking pumped for this. Couple more comments. Hypersonic 55. Curtis, my friend, he did the 10-year anniversary of Battle of Gods with me earlier this year. I'm genuinely curious. The quality of the art and animation definitely has me excited, though. Animation looks fucking sick. That guy Edgar, I don't know, bro. ... That's all I can muster up to say. Edgar is feeling some type of way. And then lastly, JRS 086, my buddy Jason Slocum. Can't stand chibi shit. Wish it looked more like the OGDB. I get what he's saying. Kind of. You don't want them to turn people into little kids just for the sake of being like, now we can sell all the merchandise with these little kid versions on them, which is essentially what they've done. This whole fucking series premise is a masterful gambit in like 10 different ways that I could talk about for like literally 2 hours, probably by myself. I won't do it now. I might do a follow-up to this episode because I realize how much I'm fucking chatty today. But I think the idea of the animation looking the way that it does could be off-putting because like people do genuinely expect like it needs to be more serious toned and be violent and blah blah blah. I don't know, man. I'm excited. You guys have any thoughts based off of all the weird comments that we just got from our fucking listeners on Instagram?
I think there's gonna be this since this anime has come out, there's this huge disconnect from older fans, and I feel like they're trying to promote these newer fans. So hopefully, even if they do lose a lot of older fans, hopefully they can bring in some new fans. That's what I'm hoping. That with this whole idea, with the whole chibi thing. I do think that's interesting. They went that route of making them small versus like kind of like de-aging some of them. Because I would like to see some of them as kid versions of themselves instead of this version. But this is cool too. I think at this point in time, a lot of people, if you're not really caring about this, but an older fan, you just really want new Dragon Ball content that is animated because the manga's probably not doing it for you. And that's a lot of things I think people need to know. There's people who really just watch just the anime version and they do not read the manga. Then there's people who do the opposite. So that's all I have to say.
I think that's a really good point, man. I think a lot of people, all right, just stick with me for a minute. A lot of the Dragon Ball fans who I have seen reacting negatively to this news in the last couple of days, not in all cases, 100%, but in some cases, you can tell that there's somebody who does not keep up with the manga on a month-to-month basis. Like to the point where I've seen, it's not like it's egregious or anything, but I've seen people make comments like, I'm not keeping up with the manga, but I know that they have the Moro arc, the Granola arc, the superhero arc. Why aren't they animating these arcs? Like I've seen a ton of that in the last 2 days. And it doesn't seem like those people have actually read things month to month, especially in the case of Granola. Like the Granola arc is a fucking thin arc, dude. The Moro arc has a ton of fun pieces and, scenes that move through it with a lot of different characters and a lot of different set pieces. Granola, dude, the exact fucking opposite. It is literally just Goku, Vegeta, Granola, and then Gas at some point in the third act, jerking each other off for about a year and a fucking half. It starts in a promising place and it evolves. Granola arc's not particularly good. Entertaining? Sure. Ultra Ego Vegeta, is that cool? Sure. Story as a whole, not great, dude. If they were to animate that shit, it would not last as long as you think that it would. And the problem with that is because you think it lasts longer because we watched it over the course of a year and a half, 2 years. In an anime, that's maybe 6 months at best. At best, dude. I don't know. Dragon Ball fans are some of the most reactionary people in the world, and also some of the most like opinionated people in the world. Bad combination, man. Especially when you've spent the last 5 years expecting the anime to come back and pick up this story you've been reading in a comic book. Even if you haven't really been reading because you're a Dragon Ball fan and Dragon Ball fans notoriously cannot read. I'm excited to see a new story and see the new dynamics and just get, I don't know, something fresh, something new, something I haven't already read on the page or saw on a fucking movie screen, readapted for a different medium. This is the most excited I've been about Dragon Ball since the Tournament of Power. And I mean that genuinely 100%. I hope that this thing gives us something fun to talk about as a podcast. You know, obviously that's kind of a selfish way to look at it, but I'm so fucking hopeful that this thing, this Daima that everyone's shitting on because they're just reactionary fucking dickheads, it'll give us something fun to do for a year. And I'm looking forward to that and having really fun conversations with my friends who also love Dragon Ball. And that's what I equate Dragon Ball to. Just having fun with the characters you know for a long time, the stories that are familiar and sometimes, fucking super stale, but also just the conversations I can have with my friends about it. Selfishly, that's what I'm looking forward to. Before I read all of the fucking L comments of the week that I saw and were submitted by our friends, any of you guys have like follow-up comments of what I just said?
I'll agree with the back-to-back of it all. Watching the new Dragon Ball is going to be absolutely great, even if it isn't the most spectacular thing itself, just filling in the void left by Tournament of Power with all the manga stuff. And I actually have explained the chapter thing to one of my buddies because he's was big Dragon Ball fan, got into Super, started watching it, binge watched every series. It took him, I want to say, like 4 months, and binge watched everything DB to Super, and then dropped it entirely about, I want to say, a year and a half ago, just because he wanted more stuff to happen with it. He saw a superhero and lackluster to him and his opinion on it. He's like, this is stupid. It's not Dragon Ball. This means nothing to anything compared to what I've.
That is a fucking awesome point, Hayden.
Not pertaining.
Wait, what? I'm sorry. What did you say?
I thought you were about to say it wasn't pertaining.
No, it is 100% pertaining because it pertains to fan reaction. I think Hayden has this thing ingrained in him where when I put up my hand or like say like, oh, while he's saying something, he's like, oh shit, Kyle's about to yell at me. And I will let you know, I think that you have a very well-informed Dragon Ball opinion about 73% of the time. And obviously what you just said, I think lines up very well with that 73%. I read the three comments I've heard the most. GT 2.0, nobody asked for this. And fucking, I don't even care what the third one is. My point is, everyone has these expectations for Dragon Ball that Dragon Ball will age with them. And that it will cater to them as a 30-plus-year-old man who, you know, you started watching it in 1996 on Cartoon Network and you saw, you know, Gohan chop off Goldo's head. Vegeta chop off Goldo's head. And that was violence. And you've been wanting to like relive those highs ever since, but like now dialed up to 11 because you're over fucking 30. Understand that it's always, not just like when they brought it back in Super and you're like, oh, it's because of me and nostalgia. It's because I'm old and I have money, right? Partly, yeah. But also understand, like, they don't make this franchise for you specifically. They make it to continue to appeal to younger audiences, which this is so fucking evidently like an example of. They continue to make it to appeal to younger audiences so that way they have fans for another fucking cycle. Because people are so reactionary and want to get the clicks and want to get the social media clout. They say and do these very overly opinionated things that annoy the motherfucking hell out of me and make me want to fucking chop you in the throat with a karate chop. Just for like sake of visibility. And then like once they're given that thing that they claim they didn't never want, they're like, oh, actually, this is kind of cool. Like, just shut the fuck up till you actually consume the thing to form your opinion on it, I think has really been like the theme over the last day and a half for me. Shut the fuck up. You are a consumer. In most cases, you're not a creator. You do not understand what you want. The artist of the man, the artist of the person who's given you this content you've loved over the last 40 years, he's saying, hey, this is my new story that I want to tell. And you're just going to like react to it because you're going to be a big, loud crybaby bitch about it because I think, honestly, man, the last day and a half has cemented Dragon Ball fans as the worst fandom of all fucking time, hands down. Yes, even surpassing Star Wars fans. That was a long way to go. I'm sorry I just ranted. I'm very mad about this whole thing. All right. Anybody got follow-up thoughts before I read these shitty social media comments that me and the boys have compiled since yesterday?
I don't got nothing pertaining to the podcast.
Raysean's
I'm
we gotta
7
wrap this up
minutes.
soon. I gotta go get chicken wings.
It's not even chicken wings. I gotta go pick my sister up.
Way
she gonna
different. I
be
wish
just
you would have
sitting.
told me that, dude. Sometimes me and Raysean finish podcasts, and I'm like, why did you have to end early? He's like, I wanted to go get chicken. I wanted to go meet my friends. But like today's the first time where he's like, I have to pick up my 13-year-old sister. My bad, dude.
I mean, my fault. She just sprung it on me really like an hour ago saying she had a volleyball game. And I'm like,
You're a good big brother, to be fair. I'm sorry.
oh, sometimes
he's literally
we be late. We be really like late into the night. And I'd be like, they close at 9:30. We need to get this going.
We need to get this chicken order in now. No, literally, he has told me more than a handful of times that he needed to end something early so he could go pick up chicken. That's not me being racist. That's not me making a fried chicken joke. That is legitimately what he has told me. And every time I'm like, all right, okay. I don't know what the fuck to say because I'm worried about being racist, you know? All right.
Well, you're doing a great job.
Yeah, no, I'm fucking excelling at not being
Oh
racist.
my
Can we
god.
speed run it?
Yeah, no, we're gonna speed run our Patreon supporters first, and then these shitty fucking comments. I do want to say thank you to all the people who support us on the Patreon. Mo, Roberto, Dallas Hulkovich, Victor O. Roman, Victor P3O Roman. I saw what you did for your nephew today. Victor's the uncle that you'd want growing up.
Fuss with you, Vic.
Just a quick shout out, Hayden, while you're here, you motherfucker. Marcus Woods is the person who sent me a Game Boy Advance the other day, and 3 Dragon Ball games that I've never played before. And the only reason he did that was because you were like, Kyle, I have a copy of the Legacy of Goku on GBA. I'll mail it to you. And I'm like, I don't have one, Hayden. Leave me alone. He's like, I will mail you my Game Boy Advance. I might just throw it out if I don't. But only if you make that redheaded fuck Hayden send me your versions of the Legacy of Goku. So thank you for that very nice gift, Marcus. He also threw in a couple of like card packs of Dragon Ball and stuff. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for being my friend.
Marcus.
Yeah, Marcus. Now I gotta figure out
If you need my address, just hit me up at RGAP 2.
Bro, he was my listener first. Also, me and Marcus have connected on a much deeper level. That sounded kind of weird.
Love you, Marcus.
We love you, dude. David Shears, Reese Andriotis from Down Under, mate. Apparently Nick Morrison's on this list. Nick, I love you, buddy. I hope you're listening. I'm not sure if you're a paid member these days. And Lil Baby Jir and Dan Rivera. But also we had a new Patreon member this week, the only Kyle who's been associated with the Super Dope Patreon besides myself, Kyle Cleghorn. Welcome. I hope you're enjoying all that extra Patreon content because seriously, I checked today. There's like 250 uncut or extra episodes that have never been released publicly. That means they're just for you. That means they're super raw. That means they're fucking dirty as hell. Go check out the Patreon. There's a link in the social. And then lastly, before we wrap this up, because Raysean's going to go pick up his little sister, I just wanted to read a couple of...
No, before that, can I say something?
Oh, sure. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
This is from a last podcast I did with Kyle. Only one person sent me they shit, so I just want to say this is a shout out to Mo motherfucking Jones Jackson.
Mo Jones. Mo Jackson Jones. Is that Mo Jones Jackson? It's Mo Jackson Jones, right?
I just got to give you your props since you basically did the challenge of sending it our advice podcast to 10 random strangers. They seem like random strangers because some of the messages you sent me seemed like that was the first time they even got contacted. So I will say thank you. That was nice. And I appreciate it.
That's a real one right there.
All right. Lastly, before we wrap it up, this Dragon Ball Daima, as much as I hate Dragon Ball fans, collectively, the last 2 days have been like an exceptionally concentrated version of my hate. And there have been some comments that I've read and I've just kind of screenshotted and been like, wow, you and I love the same thing, huh? I'm not going to read people's first names, but I will tell you when the comments stop from one person and go to another person. So Anonymous 1, their name is Lin Yen Shin. Akira Toriyama is deeply deranged. Shit, I lost it because I laughed so hard that I just gave their name. Akira Toriyama is deeply deranged and hasn't been worthy of respect since he facilitated the degenerate filth called GT to misrepresent the essence of Dragon Ball. And what's worse is his direct, senile hand in the total rewrite of all the established plot devices. He destroyed the world that was built in 1985 to 1995, wrong years, and then degraded the characters involved by rendering the trash called Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods, then expounding on the filth as a series called Dragon Ball Super.
I saw Hayden's face and I could not stop laughing.
I'm deeply offended by every word that was said.
That seriously was I read probably an hour or two worth of comments before I came to that one, and I was like, I need to screenshot that and read it dramatically. And then it just led to some more of these. Some of these won't be as offensive as that kid's was. If they're doing a continuation of the ending of Dragon Ball GT, that's cool, but I wanted Super to keep going, honestly. That Granola and Moro arc needs to be animated. Man, they're killing my vibes. You can tell that I changed readers now based off of my different voices. This is a good acting exercise for me. Man, they're killing my vibe. Where's Super? Toriyama is pissing me off. Who asked for this shh? He misspelled shit. He misspelled it SHII. They just be in these offices trolling the DB Super ATP. I don't know. They know we all want Super. So much for getting to see Granola Moro and Brock Frieza. Rack. Sorry, Japanese people. So much for getting to see Granola Moro and Black Frieza. Waiting all this time to hear when we will see more of the story continued, and this is what we get at the end of 2024. Raul J. Madera. Again, I'm not reading people's names. He said, "What on the pedo is going on, SMH?" Wilson Romero, another person I'm not naming, no one wanted this shit. Dragon Balls officially gave up and lost all hope, 100%. Too much potential gone to waste. Moro arc, Granola arc will surely be missed. Sad crying face. At this point, I can't wait till Kakame gets animated. That's a real story. Plus a 16-year-old, in all caps, wrote it. Mind you that, 100%. While we have a 70-plus-year-old fucking ruining Dragon Ball. So Kakame is a fan manga artist, I guess. I'm not familiar with, but
It's a fun manga. You need to check it out.
what is it,
better.
Hayden? Can you tell me about it?
Dragon Ball Kakame takes place after Tournament of Power, and it goes into expanding whenever when the universe gets wished back. All universes, so you have 18 universes all of them get brought back. Other gods come in. Frieza becomes a god of destruction. Goku gets a new form. Goku gets imprisoned by all the other universes because there's a big war going on. Vegeta goes and trains planet Sadala. All of it's just awesome. Like Broly
So
goes
basically,
Limit Breaker.
All the very cool plot points that you thought Dragon Ball Super might be leading
100%.
to this anime,
Everything
this
that
manga picks up with.
Super should have been Kakume. So shout out to him. Kyle, you need to review Kakume. Not even kidding. You will literally say it's probably the best Dragon Ball thing ever.
Maybe. When I learn how to read, I'll get to it. This one was a comment that I thought was sort of interesting because it sounds like a person that I would typically agree with, but in this instance, I don't think they're looking at it objectively. Subjectively?
Objectively.
This is their Dragon Ball quote unquote magic, apparently. By the way, I do just want to point out Dragon Ball Magic was the rumored name a month ago. 7 days ago, they trademarked the name Dragon Ball Daima. Okay, so it does seem like it may have been called Dragon Ball Magic maybe a month ago. Could have been called anything in the fucking world. It could have been called like Dragon Ball Shit Sandwich. We wouldn't have known. They just recently in the last week registered for that trademark. So it has been a work in progress. So maybe they were right when they were called it Dragon Ball Magic. All that we can do is this is a girl. Her name's Sophie. Let me try again. This
So
is
you're
their
not
Dragon
renamed.
Ball magic. All that we can do as a fan base is not support it and let Toei know that we want them to continue the manga. It's all we can do. I don't disagree, Sophie. She says, and somebody says, I'm not interested in seeing more rehashes. And then Sophie says, good. Please, please spread this mindset positively. This new show is shameless capitalism meant to extend a plan to wrestle control from the creator and his legacy. Do not support content that Toriyama and Camp are not directly creating. Listen, Sophie, I don't know how the fuck to tell you this shit, but I'll try to do it as concisely as possible. Do you like my Sophie voice?
No. Oh my god.
Are you laughing at the content of her comment?
I'm laughing at both the voice and the content because oh my god.
All right. So here's what I'll say. I can understand the sentiment of her comment. I do understand that. What I will say is, over the last 3 or 4 months, I've bitched repeatedly about how Toriyama has taken a year off from Dragon Ball, most likely because he is bored with writing this narrative, and he took it off to basically do a Sandland movie and video game. And now, I imagine, Toei came back to him and said, all right, buddy, cool. We just let you take a year off to fucking make this shit. That's not going to make us much money. Maybe it'll break even. Who the fuck likes Sandland? I read the first 3 chapters. Interesting enough premise. Not enough for me to continue to read. Never mind watch. I don't care. I imagine Toei came back and said, hey, buddy, how about that Dragon Ball stuff you make? That's pretty, profitable. He's like, yeah. I got an idea for that, except it's got nothing to do with anything. And it's this own little idea, this own little pocket reality. And it was a way for him to take another year to express his fucking artistic endeavor, whatever. So I understand Raysean said it earlier too. It's like, it feels like a company line at this point. Toriyama's involved as canon. It sounds, and not only does it sound, but it looks like Toriyama just is very involved in this thing. So the idea of like you standing on a fucking hill of, I'm not watching it because capitalism. Do me a favor and shut the fuck up, Sophie, because I don't think you understand how capitalism works. Usually the dude who's making the most money out of the deal, he's the most about it. And in this case, he's the most about it while making a fucking Dragon Ball Muppet Baby series. And by we, I mean probably 15 to 20% of the fan base, we're all about it, Sophie. So you shut the fuck up. Just a couple more quick comments. Brock Daly, literally no one asked for this bullshit, but that's all right. They will realize soon enough the only direction for the series is super continuity and animation of the Moro spelled with a W at the end. The Moro arc. This is a cheap way to use. This is an interesting comment to me. This is just a cheap way to not use the English voice actors because obviously, as little kids, new voice actors will be needed and also take a lower pay cut.
I saw that.
Did you see that one? Yeah.
Yeah.
That kid, I understand where his brain's at. You're thinking about it on the wrong side of the fucking Pacific Ocean, buddy. Do they recast voice actors for the Japanese actors? Because there's no guarantee this will even be dubbed for an American audience. It might just be a Japanese exclusive streaming thing available on all the fucking platforms in all the countries. But what's the point of, redistributing it and having it dubbed in America? Do they recast those Japanese voice actors? I think this dude's mad and he's like, I like Broly. They're going to recast Broly. And I'm mad. George Arriaga. Sounds like Arriaga. Be thankful. You're probably the guy who's okay with getting his order wrong at a restaurant. Shut the fuck up. Mary Smith says, we're getting Tiny Toons. So sad. No, it's not, because me and Victor have talked about Tiny Toons several times this week. Tiny Toons, I would argue in a lot of ways, is a superior version to Looney Tunes given the era that it was put out in. Obviously, Looney Tunes are fucking better as the classic fucking entity, but the Looney Tunes for the 90s, Tiny Toons fucking exceeded there. I will never understand the mentality of quote unquote, this isn't what you want, but it looks like you want, so be happy. This line of thinking ruined Star Wars.
These are the type of people that like go into a retail space and they're
With a
mad
gun.
because it's their fault.
With a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, people are judging and reacting and making up their mind on things that they have not fucking seen. Raysean seems like he has to leave because he's got to go pick up his fucking order at the restaurant. Raysean, do you want to say anything before you bail? Before I can fucking scream about these last few? Raysean might have already left. Just leave it running, Ray. That's fine.
Yeah,
I can leave it. I can edit because you know what it is. I'm a very good editor. And at the end of this, what I'll do is I'll figure out some fucking weird way to not have him be involved in the outro at all. And nobody will notice the difference. You know what that is, boys?
The power of editing.
The power of a podcast producer. The power of a podcast producer.
Yeah, I'm about to head out. See ya.
So well timed, dude. So well timed. Oh, I'm sorry I took up a bunch of your time bitching about Dragon Ball, man. You got anything you want to say before you leave?
All I'm gonna say is I think a lot of you guys have this weird opinion that Toriyama owns 100% of Dragon Ball. He does not. He owns a lot of the manga rights and probably like the characters and stuff, but the animation itself is owned by the studios. So if they want to make another Dragon Ball anime, they can. And that's just
You're
basically
confusing ownership rights versus production rights. Whatever they make off of Dragon Ball, he will make money off of, but like the ownership rights, and he'll make money off of because of the ownership rights. Ownership rights, copyright laws in Japan are way more stringent. It is so fucking difficult to strip the owner's rights away of the original medium, the original author. But I don't think you're wrong saying that, because I think a lot of people do have that same train of thought.
But yeah, that was it. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the podcast. This is your favorite Dragon Ball enthusiast.
No, it isn't. You're not me, Ray. Get the fuck out of here.
I thought GB was a favorite.
GB's here twice a year. Shut the fuck up, GB.
Yeah, he's so
I'm trying
special.
to hear more.
All right, Raysean, thank you for joining us, dude. Check out the Raysean Gats and Anime Podcast, RGAP for short. There's probably a link in the show notes. I appreciate you, dude. I'll talk to you probably tomorrow, if not on Monday for sure.
All right, see y'all. I fucks with you,
Word.
Hayden, GB, Kyle.
Oh, and me too. I'm happy to be a part of the crew. I'll talk to you later, man.
See you, Raysean.
Later, Raysean.
Just a couple of more comments from the social medias. Fuck no. This dude's name is Curtis. You can tell he's a Curtis based off of the language. Fuck no. I'd rather get nothing. Why are they doing this crap to the fans? Whoever the executives are in this circus should be fired. Let me read the follow-up comment to Curtis's comment. Congratulations. You're feeling the exact same pain of every Dragon Ball Z GT fan who dislikes Super. Now imagine what you're feeling now is amplified for the next 10 years because everyone goes on about, quote unquote, how good it is. The good news is that you don't have to watch it. These kids are the kids who say edgy things just so that way people will pay attention to them. Curtis and Andrew, I'm willing to bet, don't have very many friends, if any at all. And it's because, especially this Andrew motherfucker making the follow-up comment, I bet you Curtis is just like genuinely angry in the moment, and he'll probably come to and be like, yeah, Goku as a kid's fun, though. I'm going to watch this. Andrew Zabindin, whose name I'm not going to read out loud, that fucking kid, he ain't been laid in fucking 15 years, ain't have a friend in fucking longer.
I love this, Kyle.
No, the sad part is if you want to be relevant in any discussion Dragon Ball related, you have to watch the canon stuff. Canon spelt like a fucking cannon that you expel a large ball from, as if to rip the side out of a fucking pirate ship. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, you can only take this shit so seriously when you start to consider the people who are making the comments. If you're going to try to talk to me about canon and why it is or isn't important, please fucking know how to spell the word canon, you dumb fucking asshole. Oh my God, Curtis. All right. And then lastly, for me, I think anyway, before we get to a couple of listeners submitted comments, I agree with all your points. The only thing that I'm confused about is how will it not affect the main story when it's stated it's going to happen after Super and before the end of Z? I think he got those reversed. According to Herm's translation, at least this kid fucking reads Herm's translation. He got his shit reversed. It won't. It's just a separate thing. This is AJ Schlefhofer, whose name I don't want to share with you. It won't. It's a separate thing. Just a web series for entertainment purposes. It doesn't have actually anything to do with the actual story, which AJ's probably not wrong. It's ultimately not going to factor into anything in the grand fucking scheme of things, but it's still canon because Toriyama made it. And then a couple of listeners submitted fucking hate comments. Bro, all we wanted is a continuation of TOP and the Moral Arc, and we got Dragon Ball GT Pro Max Elite Edition. Walid Hanawi. I bet you Walid's from a different country. AJ Tomlinson said, "Oh, I'm so effing angry, bro. How many times do they need to remake the same plot? Give us new Super." That is the most fucking ironic comment I've probably read. I think that was Levi who sent that to me. How many times do they need to remake the same plot? Give us new Super. By that you mean you are not at all enticed by the brand new fresh thing nobody's ever seen in any medium at all, and you'd rather see a rehash of a medium we saw 2 fucking years ago. Give us fresh Super. You, my friend, are one of those Dragon Ball fans that I actively avoid being friends with. Just read the manga. I read it, and it's a lot better than the Tournament of Power. The next villain is my favorite. Ha ha ha. I do, but everyone can agree that we need the manga arcs on our screens visually and up to date. Releasing this irrelevant spin-off is stupid when the fan base is screaming for Super, which largely I don't disagree with. They should have made a Super Part 2, whatever you want to call it, and they've decided to do this instead. But this is basically the end of the show. Thank you guys so much for hanging with me for like the better part, more than an hour and a half now at this point. Raysean has already departed to go pick up his little baby sister. Anything you guys want to say before we wrap this up?
Dragon Ball's second worst community. I've seen a worst one.
What's the worst?
The Silent Hill community, the video game Silent Hill community.
You're wrong, and I'm sorry. I bet you they are more toxic. I bet you they are. But from just a sheer numbers size, Dragon Ball, for all their toxic fans, will outnumber a Silent fucking Hill community toxic fans 10 to 1 easy.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty's bad. Number-wise, yes. I've just seen compared to, I say it's a hell of a lot worse. A hell of a lot worse than anything I've seen Dragon Ball.
I also feel like you guys are comparing apples to oranges. You're comparing video game communities to an anime community. I don't think those fit. GB, what do you got to round this out?
All I gotta say is don't judge a book by its cover. Wait till it comes out. Then make your opinion.
I'll be racist as much as I want. Oh, that's not what you're talking about. My bad.
Oh my god. But no, don't make up your fucking mind before it even happens. If you are, you're just literally confirming what Kyle said, that you're a racist. Like, you're the type of person to be like, oh, I got black friends, so it's okay to say the N-word and then say it over and over and over with the hard R at the end.
It's okay to pass judgment on something without knowing its full context. That's really what judge a book by its cover is, right? Don't judge a person, a thing, anything based off of what you see visually because you do not know its full context. For anybody making up their mind on, this is GT 2.0, this is going to be the worst Dragon Ball, I do want this, I hate this. I hope that if there was something that came close, like, I don't know, religiously speaking, to like the Rapture, I hope every one of you motherfuckers get blinked out of existence because you're short-sighted, quick to judge, quick to jump to nature. Is like not only indicative of like the cancer in the Dragon Ball fan base, but just like largely indicative of the fucking problem that we have in our world with any subject at all. Back the fuck up, get the fuck out. If you listen to this show and you've been offended by anything I've said today, please never listen again. Maybe I'll see you next week. Make sure you listen to GB on the NBC podcast. Make sure you listen to Hayden on the Dokkan When podcast. And then my recently departed friend Raysean, not in a dead way, but in a had to go pick up his sister way. Make sure you check out his show, RGAP, or the Raysean Gets the Anime Podcast, or what me and him do with our friend Kelly on the Advice Pod. All links are in the show notes. I just burped a little bit. I appreciate you guys checking out the show this week in this long, almost 2-hour rant now. If you want an uncut version, go to the Patreon. It's probably not much longer. This is a long one, but I love y'all. Thank you for hanging with me, and we'll see you next time. Na, 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 na. Don't be hating on shit you ain't seen.